If you're thinking about getting your first vlogging camera, I implore you to get an action camera. Hi, I'm Brian. This is Simon. And for context, I've been filming travel vlogs to record my life and document my memories. And I really need a camera that easily integrates into my day-to-day. I don't really want to get distracted during my travels, pulling out a camera, setting it up, and kind of taking away from the moment. I just want a camera I can pull out to record the things I'm already doing and allowing me to stay present. And like most beginners, I'm no camera expert, so I'm not messing around with aperture or shutter speed or other types of settings. It's just press record and shoot the moment. And to accomplish that, I've been using the DJI Action 5 for the last year now. And before that, I had the Instago 3. And my first camera during college was this Yi action camera. I don't know if they even make it anymore. And between that time, I've also had the Canon G7X, which I loved, and the Sony ZV-1, and I even dabbled with the Osmo Pocket 2. And so I think I've had quite a wide range of cameras and makes me well suited to tell you to get that action camera instead of any other type of camera. And at time of releasing this video, it's Black Friday, holiday season, so there's lots of deals going on right now. So I'm gonna get you to buy that action camera. So today I'll share 3 reasons why I love action cameras. And I'll also share 3 shortcomings of action cameras that are not necessarily deal breakers for what I do, but important things for you to consider when you're picking your camera. The first thing that I think is really important is price. These action cameras tend to be a lot cheaper than other types of cameras. Can kind of start right now, especially around $200 to $350, while other cameras might range from $500 to $800 and even up to $1,500. And I think for a first-time vlogger, picking your first camera, that's a really big investment, and you might not really know where you're gonna go with these. So starting with something that's a little cheaper really lowers that barrier of entry. Now, even though these cameras cost a little bit less, the second thing I love about these cameras is that the video quality is just really incredible. These cameras are capable of filming up to 4K, sometimes even up to 8K. I think the color and image quality are absolutely spectacular. And because action cameras tend to have a wider angle, I think it's perfect length for vlogging purposes because my face is not just covering the entire screen. You're actually getting both me and the background behind me. And so you're capturing a lot of the moment and the scenery that you need in a good vlog. And lastly is stabilization. I walk around with this thing. Sometimes I'll even run around with this thing. And action cameras, because they are meant for action, they have really incredible stabilization built into them. And sometimes when I look back at my vlogs from when I was using the Sony ZV-1, I just get a headache because that thing just cropped me in so much and all you're getting is really my face in those vlogs. And they're just so shaky, even just walking around or trying to point and shoot at something. They're just now vlogs that I just can't even stand watching anymore. The third reason I just love these is I think they're just so practical and easy to use. These cameras tend to be smaller and compact, and so it's really easy for me to just throw them into my bag or fit them into my pocket. It's really easy to be hands-free while I'm traveling and easily pull it out whenever I need to record something. And because they're so sturdy and rugged, it's really easy to throw it around without worrying that it's gonna get damaged. And this camera, I literally dropped it twice on concrete during my travels and picked it up and everything was fine, and I just kept on recording and going about my day. So if you have butterfingers like me, an action camera, very durable, very good. And lastly, because these things are waterproof, it's really easy to not worry about them in rain or take them into water activity or into the ocean or at the beach. I was able to capture so many shots in the water that I would not be able to capture with my phone or with another type of expensive camera. And so I just love the versatility and not having to think about where I can and cannot use this camera. All right, so now the shortcomings that, again, are not deal breakers for me personally, but are important things for you to consider in your camera and what you need. First is low light. Now, don't get me wrong, I've gotten incredible footage in low lighting situations off of these cameras, but sometimes there are moments when I compare my action camera versus what my iPhone or the G7X is able to capture, and I just really like what's coming out of those cameras more than what's coming out of the action camera. They're just stronger cameras that are more capable of letting more light in and capturing that moment a little bit better. Second is that it's a little more difficult to capture more cinematic shots. These cameras, they can't really zoom much beyond sometimes a 2x zoom, versus other cameras that can do 5 or 10x zoom. And so sometimes I have to just switch over to my iPhone or other camera to really zoom in and get the moment that I want without being able to do the same thing on my action camera. The other thing is that these action cameras don't have a lot of depth of field. So you can't really create that bokeh effect. And so when you're like shooting a product or shooting food in my example, you can't really create that blur behind the thing that you're trying to feature. And so it's not as cinematic, it's not as creative or aesthetic as you might want it. It's something that I've kind of been more interested in doing, so maybe it's something that I'll grow into. And actually the DJI Action 6 just came out with the new like macro lens that I've been seeing is super cool, so maybe I'll wait for an upgrade to something like that soon. And lastly, I think the photo quality are just decent. I don't really use my action camera to take photos too much, but when I do and I'm playing around with it, I just noticed that when the lighting condition is absolutely perfect, the photos are really nice. But when it's just decent or less than ideal, the photos are not really the quality that I'm looking for, like in this photo where it looks good on surface level, but when you zoom in, you can kind of see that my face, they didn't really capture all the details and the depth of color. And so it was really hard to edit this photo, and it looks like my lips kind of blending into my face. I think the Insta Ace Pro 2 looks incredible with photos. Sometimes I get sucked into it, but I can't do it. Overall, again, these things don't really matter too much to me with the types of things that I'm trying to capture from these cameras. And action cameras are continuing to improve significantly with every single release, year after year. For example, I was talking about the DJI Action 6. It also features a variable aperture lens, the first of its kind in an action camera, and that really allows it to handle tough lighting conditions significantly better. And so I'm really excited to see how these action cameras will continue to evolve and maybe turn some of these shortcomings into things of the past. So there you have it. I hope you get the action camera this holiday season to start documenting your life. There's no need to buy this crazy expensive fancy camera. Now there's so many different action cameras out there these days, and I haven't gotten my hands on all those, but there's so many amazing creators out there that review all these different types of cameras. So I'll link them and tag them down below so you can check them out if you're trying to figure out which camera is exactly the best fit for you and your needs. I'm just gonna do one plug even though I'm not an expert. I personally love DJI. One thing that I don't hear enough people talking about is the fact that DJI just powers on and starts recording significantly faster than any of the Instago 360 products. DJI just turns on within seconds and it's recording immediately. Whereas Instago takes maybe like 2 to 3 seconds to power on and start recording, which doesn't sound like it's too much time, but when you're in the moment and you're like, oh my God, that thing's really cool, and you're trying to capture it, those few seconds can mean the difference of capturing the moment versus not. And I've definitely had a few frustrating moments with the Instago 3 where I didn't capture the moment. I'm kind of loyal to DJI. DJI, if you want to sponsor me, hit me up. Anyway, let me know what you all think. Tell me if you're gonna buy a camera. I'll link some of them down in the description below. I just got back from 3 weeks in Asia, so stay tuned. Lots of travel vlogs coming your way. Nice seeing y'all. Happy holidays and cheers. What do you think, Simon? Huh? Where are you gonna get?